Who are employers? Employer is a person who hires the worker to perform the jobs and has direct control over how the work is completed. An employer also has to provide the things that are needed to carry out the services to employees. How about the employees? Employees is a person has been selected by an employer or entered the works under a contract of employment. An employee works to receive wages in exchange for their services.
A strong employer-employee relationship is the foundation of any successful organization. But what are the key responsibilities of employers toward their employees? Firstly, employers must pay a wage to employees for performing work, as agreed in the employment contract. Typically, wages are paid on a regular basis, like fortnightly, as specified in the contract. The wage amount is set by agreement or industrial award, or by statute.
This was decided in the case of Stinchcombe v. Thomas 1957 VR 509. In this case, the P was promised by the deceased that he would well reward her if she worked for him as housekeeper until he died. Held, in an action against the executor, that the promise to well reward her was too vague to create legal relations, but the P was able to recover on a quantum merit for services rendered. Furthermore, the duty not to undermine the trust and confidence of the employee-employer must act reasonably and fairly to maintain mutual trust and confidence with employees. There are a wide variety of behavior can rise to a breach of this duty. For example, employer failing to provide extra support to staff at busy times. Example case White v. London Transport Executive 1982. Other than that, employer failure to protect an employee against harassment. Example case, Bracebridge Engineering Limited v. Darby, 1990. In conclusion, maintaining trust is essential for a healthy work environment and to avoid legal liability.
For example, case Isle of Wight Board v. Coombs, 1976. This case about a manager, within earshot of his personal secretary, said to another employee, "She is always an intolerable bitch on Monday morning." But he did not attempt to apologize, and it was held that his behavior shattered a close and confidential working relationship.
Next, duty to provide safe working conditions. Employer must take reasonable care to provide safe working conditions for employees. It is because breach of this duty imposes liability through tort law, common law and statute. This includes cases of personal injury to employees. Typically, personal injury claims are addressed under tort law, rather than breach of contract.
What is ethics? Ethics refer to the set of moral principles that govern behavior, such as honesty, fairness, and responsibility in decision-making. And what is professionalism? Professionalism refers to attitudes and behaviors that reflect competence, discipline, and respect towards others in the work environment.
Employers have three core ethical responsibilities. Firstly, they must treat employees fairly, ensuring no discrimination and providing equal opportunities for everyone. Secondly, they should communicate honestly and transparently to build trust and clarity in the workplace. Lastly, respecting employees' privacy is essential by safeguarding personal information and maintaining confidentiality.
Next, professional conduct from employers involves leading by example, showing integrity and ethical behavior. It also means providing clear expectations so employees can understand their roles and responsibilities. Finally, addressing misconduct promptly and fairly ensures a respectful and safe working environment.
First and foremost, an employee should comply with all policies of the company or organization. Employees must obey and follow the instructions and rules that are established by the employer. By doing this, the flow of organization or company's business is looking smooth and the workplace will be safe for all employees. Furthermore, these policies teach the employees discipline when working.
Second, an employee must foster integrity in the workplace. Employees with integrity will lead they do the right thing even behind closed doors. It can avoid the conflict between employees and employers. For instance, if the project leader gives a big project, and employees should be honest about whether they have abilities to do the project and whether they can complete it based on the time given.
Third, duty to respect each other in the workplace. Respecting each other is important, especially when we work in a group. It will enhance the healthy working environment. Additionally, increase the productivity and reduce the tension when working.
Fourth, duty to loyalty. As an employee, they are not allowed to share any confidential information with others after signing a contract letter. They also cannot make agreements without the employer's permission and should discuss together with their employer. However, many employees break their agreement for their own benefit. Lastly, duty to perform the job. As we can see, an employee may be faced with disciplinary action, termination or legal action if they fail to perform the work. This is because they should do their work and cannot refuse without a reason. However, if the job is unsafe or illegal, the employees can refuse it for their safety and well-being of employees. Here are the ethical and professional of employees. There are 4 ethical and professional of employees, such as be accountable, communicate effectively, be loyal what you have done, and lastly positive social outcome.
So here is the explanation. Firstly, be accountable. That means is taking any decision and action with responsibility, fairness, honesty and integrity to create trust and respect each other in workplace. Additionally, demonstrating reliability and learning from each other to build teamwork and credibility.
Secondly, communicate effectively. It is involved being truthful, clear, and open. Misleading information can lead to unethical outcomes. Professionalism also not only expressing himself clearly, but also understanding others by listening attentively and responding appropriately.
Next, be loyal what you have done. We should loyal to our work and take responsibility for the success or failure rather than blame each other. Moreover, accept any feedback from the employer on our success or failure so that we can improve our weaknesses.
Lastly, positive social outcome, which ethical behavior will enhance the organization's reputation and also attract many customers and partnerships. Professionalism will lead employees to show a good nature that affects a good public image.
This is one of case that relate with duties of employees. This case about Lister versus Romford Ice and Cold Storage, which is employee negligently caused an accident while driving a company vehicle injuring coworker. So the employer was liable and compensated the injury party but sought reimbursement from the negligent employees for breaching his duty of care.